Hello YouTube. Winter has returned. It's amazing after that lovely Monday I spent with Jean at Bürgenstock. Actually splendid day. And this morning it just came down with snow, and you see this lovely snoworama here in the hills. It's really very lovely. Bit of a chilly wind though. Still smoking my Sir Walter Raleigh, what else, but almost finished. In a lovely Savinelli Prince. A Prince with an EX bowl, so it's a very large 22mm bowl. So it's bigger than the KS of the Prince. I got this from smokingpipes.eu, and I just love this Prince style, you know, with a little sort of quarter bend there at the end. Marvellous. Now, I guess everyone's seen John's fantastic video, and that tells the whole story. I had a great day. I'm just going to make some supplementary shots, you know, since I was able to visit him in his castle there. It's all true, you know, he owns it all. And the town of Luzern. I think he would be a Fürst normally, or a Graf Jean Panzer. Fantastic. Anyway, I'll give you a little bit of what I picked up. It's actually a bumblebee just came in here. He's a bit early up, especially with the snow around. So I'll give you some shots, a little bit of stuff I picked up. Plus, as Jean mentioned, there's a monster in Lake Lucerne. I actually got it on camera. Well, you have a look at it and tell me what you think. Jean thought it was someone on a jet ski, but he was going, I think he was being pursued by a monster on a jet ski. I don't think it was a swimmer. He was going a bit too fast for that. But that's what these monsters do these days, isn't it? They disguise themselves as jet skis. That's how they get away with it. I just thought we could make a fortune out of this, you know, like Loch Ness has done. But of course John is already a billionaire, so, you know, they say money finds money, don't they? You know, there you go. Anyway, take a look, and I shall be back after these messages. So this is John's personal house. He just keeps Palace Hotel on there for the sake of history, but he lives there himself. But being the good businessman he is, he built this wonderful luxury hotel complex right next to it, with this fantastic view over Lake Lucerne. Now, next to those new buildings, there are some very old ones, like this 15th century chapel, where a lot of Hollywood celebrities have been married in the past. Speaking of which, the beautiful Audrey Hepburn and Mel Ferrer were married there back in the late 50s. And this is just a shot of John's yacht, Jean Panzer II. He's got, of course, two of them. Really futuristic, beautiful yacht. Looks like something out of a James Bond film. And some more celebrities here. We have Charlie Chaplin, when he retired to Switzerland in the early 60s, and the Prime Minister of India there. And back right, slightly obscured, I think is Cliff Higgins. Cliff, you ended up in the wrong century. Bad luck, old mate. Also, presidents have visited the Bürgenstock Hotel. Jimmy Carter. And we see the gorgeous Sophia Loren in her prime arriving there at Geneva Airport, and she was on her way to the Bürgenstock Hotel. I love also Gina Lollobrigida, but these two Italian beauties are real favourites of mine. And no surprise, Jean has his own team of swimming mermaids in his private swimming pool, as you see here. Well, what else did you expect? The life of the rich and famous. And of course, John has his own private cocktail piano lounge. Well, here we are at Bürgenstock in Oberburgen, where I'm meeting Jean Panzer, and this is Jean's house here. Looks like he's got a lot of rooms. Pretty good. And this is the view from John's house. It's fantastic. I think he owns most of what you can see here. That's one of his yachts just going off there. Absolutely beautiful. And those are all his subjects there in that town. Luzern, I think, owns that as well. Quite amazing, eh? What an empire. It's going to be a beautiful day, I can see that. I think I found John's private golf course. I think that's it. All along there. I think those mountains are real, you know, in the distance. It looks so perfect, I almost thought, you know, someone had just put a screen across it or something, but it's real. Marvellous. And this is the view from the window in Jean Panzer's personal cocktail bar. And there is the great Jean, has just come in. You noticed everyone is bowing and calling him Sir, the boss, you see. Marvellous, here he comes. Well, welcome, sir. And after a couple of hours of touring around the grounds, I mean, it's absolutely huge, the estate that John has here. We went to the lovely cigar lounge and we had afternoon tea with this lovely cake rack, which was splendid, with scones and sandwiches with the crust cut off and those beautiful cakes on top. And I will show you a lovely couple of examples of those delicious miniature cakes. Look at this, absolutely delicious. This one I think was apricot, and I had a strawberry one too. Absolutely fantastic. This is a Loch Ness monster on Lake Lucerne. Do you see it? Just the head moving across the lake very quickly. There. You see him?
He just swallowed a little jet ski.
Well, it's so small, it's either someone swimming very, very fast, or it's a model. If it dives any minute, it's the monster of Lake Lucerne. Now he's going over there on the far side. He's right now in the middle of the picture. Can't make it any bigger, I'm afraid. And it's slowed up, so that's very strange. And there's a kind of tail behind it, you see it? God almighty. What is that? I knew there was a monster in this lake. And look at the swirl it left behind it. See? So it wasn't all cakes and enjoying our pipes and tobacco and spotting monsters out the window. We actually came up with a plan to take over the tobacconists of Switzerland and the pipe makers and explore. So Jean will advance from the north with his 21st Panzer Division. I will advance from the south with my Redcoat Infantry. And Eric, the blue collar piper, if you're listening, I know you like this stuff, so would you bring your 32nd Airborne from the direction of Geneva? And then I think we'll have the whole deal done in a week, and every town and tobacconist we, of course, conquer, we will put up a statue to Jean Panzer, who will be the new great and goodly and benevolent ruler of these lands. I'm afraid I've got the builders and the church bells, so maybe I'll just wait a second here. Bit of a shame because I've got Vivaldi on here, which is appropriate because it's the 4 seasons, and at the moment I've got 2 seasons. I've got what should be the beginning of a sort of very early spring and winter. So a double combination. Well, I do hope that you enjoyed that video. We had a lot of fun, really. It's in a beautiful place. I advise anyone who's visiting Switzerland in Luzern area to think about going up there, just have a cup of tea or a cocktail. Hollywood Braai, old Hollywood Braai. You should bring all your film star mates over and do some sort of event there. I mean, it'd just be fantastic. If you do, and Lady Gaga is among them, do let me know, won't you? I'll help you set it up. Well, you just have to talk to Jean. I mean, he owns it all anyway. And Eric, well, I hope you, give us a hand there with our exploration of Switzerland. We could use all the help. When I actually did the first sweep, I thought I'd probably find less than a handful. One of the colleagues on the forum in Pipe Dreams, it's a good forum in Switzerland, he pointed me, of course, to all the list on Pipedia. But I've been through that and I noticed at least half of these persons have stopped being active in producing or selling pipes. At least I could find not much of a trace of anything current. But there might be around a dozen out there, pipe makers, so that's going to be interesting. And some of them very old traditional Swiss ones who make these Appenzeller pipes, which are like sort of vertical with silver on it and all kinds of bells and whistles. So it's going to be interesting. We'll keep you posted as we develop that plan further. So, hope you enjoyed it. I'll keep it short today. Thanks for looking in again, and I hope wherever you are it's warmer than it is here.